say this. I mean, just I think that there's so many synchronicities in life that we run into if you open your heart to it. I know this is kind of what we were talking about last week when he had this experience, but I think once you start seeing like the
we should probably talk about that experience.
Yeah, we're gonna get. I was trying to segue.
Go ahead.
Once you start seeing how like the synchronicities that happen in your life, it's so much more profound than when you experience any of this through a psychedelic or any sort of trip, because then you know there's nothing in between what's allowing this right now. Yeah. It's very clear. So I'll let you take off on it in a second, but last Friday we were having I don't know if I would call it a spiritual crisis moment, but it was a moment you were calling out for.
Yeah, it was almost like reconciliation with you.
Yeah,
it
was. He opened up in a way that I haven't seen him open up like ever, and he just, dude, he I don't mean to put your business up. But
so I recently, I had before that, prior to that, I actually quit smoking weed, which. You know me, dude. I'm a heavy smoker. Heavy. I mean, you put me on the Fusili game, so I was all about it, dude. So I quit, and I almost can't believe I did it. I almost can't believe that I'm still here, sober. Because I've taken tea breaks, in the past, and whatever, a month off. Yeah. But this time I said, you know what? I'm just going to quit for good. Right? Wow. And the craziest thing about that was I felt like my heart was opened up all of a sudden. And, I realized that, oh, whoa, I had hardened my heart, that chakra, with cannabis, and then finally when I sacrificed it, which that's what it kind of felt like. I kind of felt like I sacrificed a part of me. Because cannabis was so a part of me, so a part of my life. Now my heart was opened up, and now it was almost like I was tripping, right? That high that I would get from mushrooms. I was experiencing that, but sober. And so, finally when we had that crisis moment, I was really just telling him, like, dude, like, have you had a experience with God? Like, have you? And he's like, yeah, dude, of course, I've had multiple experiences. For me, no. Oh. Even though I'm getting onto this Christian path, I never had some kind of crazy, profound, like, I never had a DMT trip with Jesus in it. You know what I mean? Yeah. But talking with him and opening up about it, I started to cry. I started to really let out those tears that were probably tears of just resentment from the past and all these feelings of God that I've had before, because I've just always wanted to be with God. And it's so funny how, like, I didn't think of it like that in the past. I thought of it as, like, me soul searching and finding out more about myself and reality, but really I always wanted to be close to God. So, dude, I just started to cry, and we prayed together, and then it was so interesting how so just to let you know, I've been having some issues with my dog. She's fine, but she just has, like, really bad skin problems, and it's just been, like, dude, actually affecting me so much that I was having dreams about it. Very demonic dreams, actually. Horrible dreams, like me killing my dog and some shit like that.
Sure. Yeah, intense, yeah.
Super intense. And, like, I had this one dream where I cut off her head and I was holding up her head.
Hardcore, bro.
Hardcore, yeah. And it killed me. I'm kind of ashamed because I love my dog so much.
Can't control that shit.
Right? You can't control it. So he knew that. He kind of knows that issue that I've been having. So after we had that experience, I'm crying about God and just wanting to be closer to God. We went to... Oh,
hold on. Let's rewind a bit. Before you go into this story, before you go into the next part of this story, we had a discussion, and, like, he was like, "Man, I pray for it." I was like, "Yeah, but are you praying for yourself?" at all.
Yeah.
Because part of praying, it's not just so much that we pray for others and we love others. The thing is, like, part of prayer is like it's self-reflection. God already knows what's in your heart. He knows what you're experiencing. The question is, are you going to use your exercise your free will to speak to Him about what's going on with you?
Yeah.
And that's a big part of what it means to open your heart. And so I told him, I was like, dude, right now, just pray, like, put it out there, pray to God for yourself, as yourself, and just say, let Him know what is going on with you. What do you need help with? And he said, you know, all these things are stressing me. Please just guide me, give me strength, give me help, like, guide me on the path to it. Now we go out to the parking lot and continue.
So I had to drive to the parking lot. We were out parked in the front of the gym, and I had to go and drive around to the back parking lot. And we parked where this one car was facing forward and I was facing that way. So our driver's sides were, together. So we're just talking, kind of about what we were just, experiencing. And this lady walks by with her bulldog. Now, mind you, my dog is half bulldog. So this is like a big dog, and she was kind of an older lady. So he felt compelled to ask the lady if she needs help to get the dog in the car. She's like, no, I got this whole system. It's all good. And so we were kind of like laughing about it. Small talk, right? And she gets in the car, and we're still having some small talk with her. And she said, oh, yeah, we just got back from the groomer. And immediately I wanted to ask her, I was like, oh, does your groomer have any treatments, like skin treatments for the dogs and stuff? Her face lit up. And before you know it, she whipped out this medical portfolio of her fucking dog, and like she gave me this business card to this doggy dermatologist, and she was just giving me all the information that I needed.
Wow.
Right?
That's wild.
Because she was like, she flat out said, she's like, oh, these vets are gonna screw you over, they're not gonna treat your dog. This lady will do it. It's the best $700 you're gonna ever spend, And I was just like tripping out, dude. I was like, you're like a godsend. I even said that to her. I was like, you're like a godsend right now. Her face lit up even more.
Wow.
And then she's like, you could tell that activator, and she goes, you know what, I serve the living God. And, she's just talking about her faith. And then, dude, before you know it, she gets out the car, we hold hands, and I'm crying even more profusely, And, we just had a wonderful ending conversation. And yeah, man, it was like, that was the synchronicity that I needed,
Amazing.
And yeah, it wouldn't have happened if I didn't make that sacrifice of quitting weed, my heart opening up. And granted, Logan has been pretty pivotal in my walk in faith, because he's already so strong in his faith. So, we talk all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it was just like, that's what I really needed. And, when you have synchronicities like that will bring out such emotion in you, you can't ignore that. That has to be, in my belief, that is a work of God.
100%.
So that's kind of where that led, And then, man, it's just, since then, it's just been, life is getting better every day,
Yeah.
It's beautiful.